Good evening.
Good evening.
The time is now 7 o'clock. I would like to have tonight's meeting get started, please. Roll call, please.
Councilmember Brooks?
Here.
Brown?
Here.
Jablisco's absent. Miles? Councilmember Miles?
Yes.
Mojica's absent. Newberry's absent. Parker?
Here.
Timmons?
Here.
Parson?
Here. Would you please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, led by the Police Department.
Present arms. Order, colors. Left, face. Forward, march.
Thank you. Councilman Brown, would you please read the invocation?
President. Heads bowed. Heavenly Father, we gather together here today, intend on doing good work. We seek to represent fairly and well those who have given us this task. May our efforts be blessed with insight, guided by understanding and wisdom. We seek to serve with respect for all. May our personal faith give us strength to act honestly and well in all manners before us. And this we ask in your name. Amen.
Ms. Capone, would you please read the open public meeting statement?
Notice of this meeting has been sent to the official newspapers, and adequate and electronic notice has been provided in accordance with the Open Public Meetings Act as required by law.
Thank you. We're going to go ahead and move on to the mayoral address.
Thank you, Council President. At this time, I'd like to call up Doug Body for the presentations and the swearing in of new officers and the promotion of Kevin Wronski.
Welcome, everyone, to the promotional and swearing-in ceremony of the Roe Police Department. Before we begin, I'd like again to thank the mayor, the business administrator, and city council for allowing us to do this here tonight. Tonight we gather to celebrate the promotion of Kevin Wronski to the rank of lieutenant and the swearing-in of our new recruits. These milestones represent dedication, sacrifice, and commitment to public service. At this time, I'd like to invite Father Gregory up here for an invocation.
Please stand for a prayer. Almighty and loving Father, the source of all grace and blessings, thank you for giving us this opportunity to serve our community. Grant us inspiration as we gather today for the oath-taking ceremony and donning of the ranks of newly promoted police lieutenant and induction of new recruits. Bless the families and loved ones of those we honor today. May they continue to be the source of inspiration for our officers so that they may have the strength to serve with honor. May their actions as law enforcers be inspired not by selfish ambition, but a genuine desire to serve their community. Guard them, keep them, and protect them as they carry out their duties. May they always be aware that a police officer is a public trust, and let this occasion be also to remind them this promotion and induction is a gift from Almighty God. May this be our prayer to a God that loves us more than we love ourselves. Thank you.
Thank you, Father. Please be seated. It is now my honor to introduce Captain Sean Ganley, our Chief Law Enforcement Officer. I'd like to make a few remarks on behalf of the Police Department.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Captain Sean Ganley. I'm the Chief Law Enforcement Officer for the Rahway Police Department. Mayor, Business Administrative Council, once again, thank you for allowing us to take time from this meeting for a very well-deserved promotion and the hiring or swearing in of our new class of recruits that is coming up. This is, in my 25 years, the largest class we've had swear in, so thank you, Mayor, for supporting that and continued Business Administrator for the agency. There's no doubt in my mind that they're going to be set up for success for the City of Rahway for many years to come and to provide the best service we can for the City of Rahway. I want to take this time to acknowledge a few other special guests. Jeremiah Gusani from HSI, thank you for coming, sir. Chief Law Enforcement Officer David DeSorti, welcome. And many of the retirees and current officers of the Police Department, thank you. We are promoting Sergeant Kevin Ronsky to Lieutenant. I've worked with him most of my career in investigation. I could tell you there's nobody else I want to work with next to him other than myself. So we made a great team. I've seen him come up. We've done a lot of good things together. His family's here. Everybody's here to support everybody here. You can look at the turnout. It's very good. And I'm proud of each and every one of the new hires that we're swearing in. And Sergeant Ronsky, very well-deserved young man. And I expect good things for you when you come back to the agency. Family, this is not about him. It's also about you. You got family here, legacy of law enforcement from his father to his brother. It just keeps going. We don't see that anymore, which is strange, but it is good to see legacy officers here in the police department. Once again, congratulations, Kevin. Wish you the very best. Very proud of you. New recruits, we expect the best of you for the City of Rahway, and I don't doubt that you will provide that service. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Captain. We now come to the highlight of tonight's ceremony, the administration of oath of office. Please join me in welcoming Mayor Giacobbe to administer the oath of office, and Kevin Ronsky, who's being promoted to lieutenant. Kevin will be joined on stage by his family members. A brief bio on Kevin. He was born and raised in Rahway. He is a proud graduate of Rahway High School. Following high school, he attended Union County College. In 2004, Kevin began his career in public service when he was hired by the New Jersey Juvenile Justice Commission as a corrections officer. His commitment to law enforcement led him to join the Rahway Police Department in December of 2006, where he was assigned to the Patrol Division. In 2012, Kevin was transferred to the Detective Bureau, where he distinguished himself through his investigative work. In 2021, he further expanded his expertise when he was assigned as a task force officer within the Department of Homeland Security. Recognizing his leadership and dedication, he was promoted to Detective Sergeant in 2022. Kevin comes from a strong family foundation and is the son of Walter and Kim Ronsky. He is a loving brother to Bob, Jamie, Nicole, and Jacqueline. He shares his life with his wife, Kathy, and together they are the proud parents of two incredible daughters, Kaylee and Kelsey. At this time, I invite the mayor to administer the oath of office to Lieutenant Kevin Ronsky as he officially takes on his well-deserved promotion.
Have her stand on your left side. And we're going to hold the Bible. Right? Like that. So there you go. Left hand, right hand in the air. Please repeat after me. I, Kevin Ronsky,
I, Kevin Ronsky,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same
and to the governments established
and to the governments established
in the United States
in the United States
and in this state
and in this state
under the authority of the people,
under the authority of the people,
and that I will faithfully,
and that I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly perform
and justly perform
all the duties of police lieutenant
all the duties of police lieutenant
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations. Thank you so much. Thank
Congratulations, Lieutenant Ronsky. We're also proud to welcome the newest members of our department. These recruits will be graduating the Police Academy on December 18th and are ready to serve and protect our community. As I call your names, please make your way up to the stage with your family members. Officer Tyra Graves. Officer Amanda Badillo. Officer Andrew Watkins. Officer Kevin Charney. Officer Edwin Polanco. Officer Brendan Glicken. And lastly, Officer Joseph Matlos. Oh boy. Just shift down that way a little bit. Just a little bit, yep. You get the whole stage.
I don't think we've ever had this many people up
I
here
don't
at the
think
same
so.
time. Awesome. Everybody settle in. And if I can just have the officers in front, please, here. How's it go? Single file, right? Single file. There we go. Listen, awesome. Thank you so much. So I'm going to ask you to please put your left hand on the shoulder to the person next to you and your right hand in the air. There you go. And sir, would you hold this Bible for this gentleman here? Sir, can you put your hand on that Bible? There you go. Perfect. I'll stand over here out of the way. So please repeat after me. I'm going to say I and then state your name, and then we'll go from there. All right. I do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey, that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same and to the governments established in the United States and in this state under the authority of the people, and that I will faithfully, impartially, and justly perform all the duties of police officer according to the best of my ability. So help me God. Congratulations. Okay, officers, before you leave, just please make sure you sign the oath of office. And you want to do a picture now, sir? Where everybody's up here? I'm tall, so I don't want to get anybody's way.
Let me get out of the way.
I was gonna say,
Yeah, yeah.
all the officers, the chief and the mayor, please, and then we'll do some family.
The ceremony, the family's out.
Yes, I'll take photos of the families after the ceremony. Okay, so let's just get officers and mayor and chief.
Frank? Frank?
Hey, yep, everybody, yep.
Congratulations
Before
to the
you
newest
leave,
officers. We look
I
forward to
need
your
you to sign.
service.
Kevin, where's Kevin? Okay, so I need you to sign your name right there. Congratulations. The next one is Andrew, right there. Yes. Thank you, congratulations. Amanda? Sorry, right there. Congratulations. Edwin? Right there. Congratulations. Brandon? Right here.
What'd you guys sign? You can sit down.
Oh, yeah, once you sign, you say. Congratulations. Joseph? Sign right there, please. On the line? Yes. Thank you. That's all. What is your name? I don't have one for you. What is your name? I don't think I had one for you. Okay. Oh, so you might did yours already. You did it already, yeah.
Any families wishing to take photos, Joe Jesmarie will meet with you guys outside to finish off. To close out tonight's ceremony, Mayor Giacobbe would like to end with a final thought.
I'll make my comments very brief. First of all, Kevin, congratulations on your promotion to lieutenant. You've always proven that you're a leader of people. You're part of the Rahway community. You're part of the fabric of this community. So it's really great to see one of our own, make this, get this promotion. And I know that you won't let us down. To the officers that were just sworn in, you have now taken an oath to protect and serve your community. It is something that you should take very seriously. I know that you will not let us down, and I know that the community of Rahway will benefit from your experience in the academy and also through your training throughout your career. As you embark on this journey, understand that it is a job, but it is also a calling, and it takes a special individual to do so. So thank you so much, and thank you to all the families. Just understand that while these individuals are part of our police department, that they will be given the training and the resources that they need to not only make sure that everyone they encounter comes home safe, but that they come home safe to you every single night. Myself and the City Council takes that mission very serious, and we make sure that our officers have everything they need out there on the streets. Thank you again, everyone, for attending tonight. God bless, and have a happy holiday season. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. On behalf of the Rahway Police Department, thank you guys for coming out tonight. If you want to take pictures, please meet out with Joe Jesmarie in the hallway.
Let them know. Let them know I can do quick.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey.
Oh, thank you.
What's yours? You getting some sleep? Trying to.
Congratulations again. Thank you. Okay. We're going to go head on with our meeting for this evening. Just a quick little change. We're going to jump from item 9. We're going to go straight to 9. We'll come back, revisit 6 through 8 at the end of the meeting, okay? So at this time, I'm going to, this is a citizen hearing of the meeting. You will have 5 minutes to speak on resolution and first reading ordinance only, sorry, Um, and you may only speak once. All right? While again, pardon me, please. Thank you for your patience. Okay, again, while you could definitely make your comment, council will listen. We were not going to be giving any comments during, but if you would like to speak with us after the meeting, please do so. Ms. Capone, do we have anyone signed up to speak? No one has signed up. Okay. Do I have anyone in the audience that would like to speak? This portion of the meeting is closed then. Okay. We're going to move on to ordinance on the first reading. Ms. Capone, please read 04424.
Appropriations, NJS 40A:4-53, funding of terminal pay for retired employees.
Make that myself and council. May I have a mover? Roll call, please.
Councilmember Brooks?
Yes.
Brown?
Yes.
Jablisco's absent. Miles? Yes. Mohica's absent. Newberry's absent. Parker?
Yes.
Timmons?
Yes.
Parson?
Yes.
Ordinance O-44-24 is deemed adopted on first reading and will come up for public hearing and final adoption on January 13th, 2024 at 7 p.m.
Thank you. Okay, we're going to move on to resolutions, starting with, would you please read AR 24924?
A resolution authorizing the filing of liens against certain properties to recover cleanup costs incurred by the city in accordance with the provisions of Section 151-4 of the Code of the City of Rahway and NJSA 40:48-2.14.
Make that myself and entire council. Does council have any questions or comment? AR 25024.
A resolution authorizing an agreement for 2025 control services with Associated Humane Societies Incorporated.
Myself and all of council. Does council have any questions or comment? AR 25124.
A resolution to award a professional services contract to provide certified health education services in accordance with public health practice standards.
Make that Brown and Brooks, please. Does council have any questions or comment? AR 25224.
A resolution authorizing the mayor and city council of the city of Rahway to purchase playground equipment through the Educational Services Commission of New Jersey cooperative contract.
Myself and entire council. Does council have any questions or comment? AR 25324.
A resolution authorizing the mayor and city council of the city of Rahway to apply for the fiscal year 2025 local recreation improvement grant and enter into a contract thereto.
Myself, entire council. Does council have any questions or comment? AR 25424.
A resolution authorizing the city of Rahway to accept a sub-grant award of the federal fiscal year 2024 of Emergency Management Performance Grant and Emergency Management Agency Assistance.
Myself and entire council. Does council have any questions or comment? AR 25524.
A resolution awarding the acceptance of bid for the project entitled NJDOT Fiscal Year 2024 Columbus Place, Tahama Street, and William Street Improvements Project for the City of Rahway to S. Brothers Incorporated.
Make that myself and Brooks. Does council have any questions or comment? AR 25624.
A resolution directing the Planning Board of the City of Rahway to investigate whether the property commonly known on the city's tax maps as Block 277, Lot 10, Westcott Drive, should be designated as an area in need of redevelopment pursuant to the Local Redevelopment and Housing Law, NJSA 40A:12A-1 et seq.
Myself and Timmons. Does council have any questions or comment? AR 25724.
A resolution establishing the 2025 Municipal Council meeting schedule.
Myself and all of council. Does council have any questions or comment? AR 25824.
A resolution authorizing an emergency appropriation pursuant to NJSA 40A:4-53.
Myself and all of council. Does council have any questions, any comments? AR 25924.
A resolution canceling current fund grant receivables and unexpended appropriations.
Myself and all of council. Does council have any questions, any comments? AR 26024.
A resolution authorizing the cancellation of completed capital ordinances.
Myself and all of council. Does council have any questions, any comments? AR 261-24.
A resolution authorizing final payment and closeout of the project entitled Bursniak Park Tennis Court and Howard Field Basketball Court Improvements to Shore Top Construction.
Myself and Brooks. Does council have any questions, any comments? AR 262-24.
A resolution authorizing the release of the right-of-way bond fee to MSJ Excavating Incorporated for permit number 12-23-117 dated December 14th, 2023, for Block 322, Lots 2-8, which is 1684 to 1738 Essex Street.
Pick that Brown and Miles. Does council have any questions, any comments? AR 263-24.
A resolution for the purpose of a 1996 Pierce Fire engine under the Township of Scotch Plains for the City of Rahway Fire Department.
Myself, entire council. Does council have any questions, any comments? AR 264-24.
A resolution of the City of Rahway, Union County, authorizing assignment of the payment in lieu of taxes agreement for low-income senior citizen housing located at Block 299, Lot 3-01, known as Heritage Village at Rosegate.
Myself and Brooks. Does council have any questions, any comments? AR 265-24.
A resolution of the City Council of the City of Rahway determining that the property is identified as 288 Seminary Avenue, 277 Hamilton Street, 308 Seminary Avenue, 322 Seminary Avenue, 1613 to 17 Gordon Place, and 309 Hamilton Street of the City of Rahway's tax map be designated as a condemnation area in need of redevelopment pursuant to NJSA 40A:12A-1 et seq.
Make that myself and Miles. Does council have any questions, any comment? AR 266-24.
A resolution awarding the acceptance of a bid for the project entitled Irving Street Temporary Parking Lot for the City of Rahway to KM Construction Corporation.
Myself and entire council. Does council have any questions? AR 267-24.
A resolution authorizing cancellation of erroneous bills.
Myself and entire council. Does council have any questions, any comments? AR 268-24.
A resolution authorizing the refund of overpayments of taxes for the calendar year 2024.
Myself and entire council. Does council have any questions, any comments? AR 269-24.
A resolution authorizing the execution of a contract between the City of Rahway and CME Associates for professional engineering design services associated with the 2025 CDBG Year 50 Roadway Improvement Project.
Make that myself and Brown. Does council have any questions, any comment? AR 270-24.
A resolution authorizing the City of Rahway to submit a grant application and obtain a grant from the New Jersey Department of Community Affairs to purchase CCTV cameras and improve security within the city.
Myself and the entire council. Does council have any questions, any comments? AR 271-24.
A resolution authorizing the transfer of calendar year 2024 budget appropriations.
Myself and entire council. Does council have any questions, any comment? These resolutions will be adopted as one motion, one consent agenda. Does any council member wish to have any resolutions removed from the consent agenda? May I have a motion and a second to accept the consent agenda?
I make a motion to accept the consent agenda.
I second.
Roll call, please.
Councilmember Brooks?
Yes.
Brown?
Yes.
Jablisco's absent. Miles?
Yes.
Mohica's absent. Newberry's absent. Parker?
Yes.
Timmons?
Yes.
And Parson.
Yes. Okay, at this time, we're going to go ahead to ordinance on second reading. Ms. Capone, do we have anyone signed up for? My apologies. Please read 040-24.
An ordinance amending and supplementing Chapter 125 Alarm Systems of the Municipal Code of the City of Rahway.
Okay, at this time, we'll open for public hearing on 040-24. You will have 5 minutes to speak. You may only speak once. Please direct all comments to City Council. Ms. Capone, do we have anyone signed up for 040-24?
No one has signed up.
Do I have anyone in the chambers that would like to speak on 040-24? Does council like to have a comment on 04024? Roll call, please.
Councilmember Brooks?
Yes.
Brown?
Yes.
Jablisco's absent. Miles?
Yes.
Mohica's absent. Newberry's absent. Parker?
Yes.
Timmons?
Yes.
And Parson.
Yes. 04124, please.
An ordinance amending Chapter 311, peddling, soliciting, and vending, Article 5, food vehicles, Section 311-35, business license and employee permit required, 311-36, inspections, 311-37, fees, 311-38, operational regulations and restrictions, and 311-39, revocation of license of the Code of the City of Rahway.
Do we have anyone signed up to speak on 04124?
No one has signed up.
Do I have anyone in the chambers that would like to speak on 04124? Would council like to speak on 04124? Roll call, please.
Councilmember Brooks?
Yes.
Brown?
Yes.
Jablisco's absent. Miles?
Yes.
Mohica's absent. Newberry's absent. Parker?
Yes.
Timmons?
Yes.
Parson.
Yes. 04224?
An ordinance amending Chapter 401, Vehicles and Traffic, Article 3, Parking, Standing, and Stopping, 401-19, Parking of Buses and Trucks of the Code of the City of Rahway.
Do we have anyone signed up for 04224?
No one has signed up.
Do we have anyone in the chambers like to speak on 04224? Would council like to speak on 04224? Roll call, please.
Councilmember Brooks?
Yes.
Brown?
Yes.
Jablisco's absent. Miles?
Yes.
Mohica's absent. Newberry's absent. Parker?
Yes.
Timmons?
Yes.
Parson.
Yes. 04324?
An ordinance amending and supplementing Chapter 401, Vehicles and Traffic of the Municipal Code of the City of Rahway.
Ms. Capone, do we have anyone signed up for 04324?
No one has signed up.
Do we have anyone in the chambers? Would council like to speak on 04324? Roll call, please.
Councilmember Brooks?
Yes.
Brown?
Yes.
Jablisco's absent. Miles?
Yes.
Mohica's absent. Newberry's absent. Parker?
Yes.
Timmons?
Yes.
And Parson.
Yes.
Approval of minutes. Approval of minutes.
Okay, we're going to go ahead and move on to the approval of minutes. I would need approval from the November 12th combined meeting. Can I please have a motion and a second for the minutes, please?
I make a motion to approve minutes from November 12, 2024.
I second.
Roll call, please.
Councilmember Brooks?
Yes.
Brown? Jablisco's absent. Miles?
Yes.
Mohica's absent. Newberry's absent. Parker?
Yes.
Timmons?
Yes.
And Parson.
Yes. Okay, moving on to communications. Anything from the mayor, city officers of bill payments list?
Yes, thank you, Council President. And good evening, everyone. It is an honor to be here tonight, and as we reflect on the progress we've made and the moments that we've shared this past month. This season reminds me of the strength and the warmth of our community, and I am proud to highlight the many ways Rahway will continue to grow and thrive. First, I would like to announce, I'm happy to announce that the shared service agreement between the city and the library was passed by the library board at last month's library meeting. This is a huge cost savings, and it was praised by the library union rep, Bill Henning. He praised the action of the library board, the director, and the city council and the administration for taking this action, and thought it was a very innovative way for the municipality and the library to share services. Also, from my understanding, we have reached a tentative agreement between the library board and the library union. And I'm confident that with the director's leadership, we're going to be able to get this done. I want to thank the board and the director for all their hard work, and I look forward to 2025 and beyond. Our annual tree lighting ceremony took place on Friday, November 29th, and it was great to see everyone out in attendance. It is our annual festivity where we experience carolers and live performance, hot chocolate, incredible ice sculptures, and just fun family stuff for everyone. This is a cherished tradition that celebrates the holiday spirit and the vibrant, welcoming community we have all built together. I'm proud to announce 2 new business ribbon cuttings this month. First was Latin Fuego at 2186 Elizabeth Ave. Brings a vibrant Latin flavors to the community under the leadership of Craig Ludington and his partner. Impressions Body Solution on East Milton Avenue, right across the street from City Hall. It's a full-service wellness spa. Tarina Jones dedicates herself to self-care and healing. So I suggest you check it out. It's, like I said, right across the street on East Milton Avenue here from City Hall. And these businesses are they showcase Rawley's growth and entrepreneurial spirit, and we are thrilled to welcome them to the Rawley community, to the Rawley business community. Some unfortunate news. Well, unfortunate for everyone who had in the building department, who goes to the building department, but not unfortunate for the individual who gets to retire. Mona Johnson retired this past week. Mona spent 41 years of service here to the city of Rahway as an employee. She's more than just an employee. She's a pillar of the community. She's touched countless lives in her transactions, daily transactions, for over 4 decades. She has a file full of people commending her and really just, she was just an ideal employee, and it's sad to see her go. On behalf of myself and the Rahway City Council, we want to thank her for her incredible contributions, and we wish her all the best and her well-deserved retirement. We had the opportunity to unveil a stunning new mural on the side of Kia by Sabor Peruviano, credited by international acclaimed artist Jade Rivera. The mural celebrates culture, connection, and a storytelling through a vibrant imagery, and it reflects Rahway's diversity and creativity. We were joined by members of the City Council, the Rahway Chamber of Commerce, and the Vice Consul of the Consulate of Peru for this special event, and I want to thank all of them for attending. Seasonal safety reminders. With the colder weather coming upon us, I just want to remind everybody that the Union County Code Blue program, the program provides a safe shelter during severe weather, with assistance available through NJ Homeless hotline at 22211 or 1-877-652-1148. I ask you to please share this information and pass it along to ensure that everyone in our community stays safe throughout the winter. And you can always call our non-emergency police line for any questions. As we approach this holiday season, just please be cautious and careful out there, and God bless. Last Thursday, the Rahway Community Action Organization held its annual award ceremony celebrating individuals and organizations making a profound impact in our community. I'd like to thank Commissioner Sergio Granados for being our keynote speaker, and a thank you to our entire City Council for their attendance and support, and congratulations to all of the honorees. Congratulations to our very own Councilman Dave Brown. He received the Legacy of Service to Humanity Award, recognizing his lifetime of service in the Rahway community. A very special congratulations to my lovely wife, Laura. She was honored as she received the Champion of Change Award for her work with the Bellekind Foundation and giving back to the community through her nonprofit. I was humbled to receive the RCAO Community Partner of the Year award for supporting RCAO's mission. It's not just a recognition of my efforts, but our efforts. It is a testament to the incredible work this organization does in our community. The RCAO is a lifeline for so many, providing essential services through daycare, education, and food assistance. I understand that the work that they do is not just beneficial, but vital. Their commitment to uplifting our residents is a shining example of what it means to serve. It has been an honor to partner with the RCAO, and I am proud of what we have achieved together. This partnership exemplifies the powerful synergy that can exist between nonprofits and government. When we come together with a shared vision, the individuals who benefit are the residents we serve. So I once again want to thank the RCAO and congratulations to all the honorees. In closing, I'd like to mention a very special individual who sits on our city council and thank him for all of his years of service to our city, Councilman Al Parker. Al, you're a shining example of what a community servant should be. You've given back to this community in so many ways. I don't think we have time to list them all. But ending your career on our city council, I couldn't think of a more fitting way. On behalf of myself, my administration, the residents of Rahway, the Rahway City Council, I just want to say thank you, and God bless. Enjoy enjoy your retirement. Well, this is like the third time you retired, so we're probably gonna find something else for you to do. But enjoy this retirement for right now, and truly, 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 thank you for all you've done for our city. Thank you.
Well, thank you all for everything. It's hard to say. I've been here a long time, and I've met a lot of people, and still a lot of people. I've been here about 43 years. And you named the jobs I've did already. I hope I can still do some more and place a lot of things. And I got a few things that I want to get done still. I'll let and public works with the trees that we knocked up down on East Milton Avenue. We cut them down. They'll be scraped up. But if I get open for anything else, I'll be ready to take it. I don't want to sit home and do nothing.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Councilman. We know that your service hasn't stopped. That's for sure. These events and milestones remind us of something fundamental. Rahway isn't just a city. We're a family. And Al, you were a big part of this family, so thank you. Rahway thrives because of kindness, passion, and commitment of its people. Together, we will continue to build on its legacy and legacies like Mr. Parker's of connection, growth, and shared purpose. Thank you so much for the time to speak, Council President. I just want to wish everyone a Merry Christmas and Happy Holiday Season and a Happy New Year. Thank you.
Welcome, Mayor. Ms. Capone, do we have reports from council committees?
We received the payment of bills, the monthly police and fire reports for November, the monthly SID report, a report from the Environmental Commission, and the monthly public safety report.
Thank you. Appears that we do not have any unfinished business tonight.
Council President, if I can just read the public safety report,
Councilman Brooks?
if you don't mind. Thank you so much, Council President. And thank you to all in attendance. A big congratulations to our new recruits and to our friend, now Lieutenant Kevin Ronsky, also a lifelong public servant. Had the pleasure of going to high school with him, and to see him grow to this role is something outstanding. So big congratulations to our department. I also want to say thank you to Chief Law Enforcement Officer Sean Ganley for making yourself available, as always, not just during our meetings, but any other time I have to reach out and have a question about anything related to public safety. So thank you for that. Now, I want to quickly go through the weekly summons. This is from November 25th to December the 2nd. The police department wrote a total of 63 summons with 15 warnings. Traffic enforcement did 15 summons with 5 warnings. Parking enforcement did 67 violations that were addressed. As far as the radar signs installations, now operational on West Emmett Avenue between 433 and 708, there is a very nice looking, vibrant radar sign, and it actually speaks to you, in words, good job if you're beneath the speed limit, slow down if you're nearing towards the 25 mile per hour speed limit. And West Emmett Avenue is 25 miles per hour. I know it's a double line road, but just keep that in mind. We're also going to be enhancing signage on Madison Avenue as well, and a lot of these signs you can expect to have increased visibility. Citizen complaints and resolutions. There's a dump truck violations that took place on Stone Street. It's currently under investigation. Additional signage was installed on November the 25th, reinforcing a no truck traffic zone. The election took place November early November, November the 5th, there was no incidents during Election Day. Traffic studies conducted, the JMAR radar studies on Union Street and Klein Place confirmed adherence to speed limits with minimum enforcement violations detected. Hazelwood Avenue Enforcement Initiative between November the 13th and December the 1st. The initiative yielded the following results. Total motor vehicle stops, 57. Total summons issued, 133. Breakdown of violations, speeding, 61 citations, 46% of these citations were for speeding. Careless driving, 9 citations. Driving unregistered vehicles, we had 5 of those. Same thing with license plate display violations. Commercial vehicle registration issues, we're at 4. Warnings, there were 35 written warnings, 13 verbal warnings. Only 4 citations were issued to Rahway residents, highlighting the initiative's broad impact. So good job to our residents of Rahway for the most part adhering to traffic regulations. Community engagement events include, there was a Veterans Day honoring ceremony that took place at Veterans Memorial Park. The police were present there. The police were also present at a tree lighting that had a very massive crowd. They will also be available on Saturday at the Santa Run. As far as operational achievements, it's been, in the course of a month, 3,746 calls for service. Big shout out to our dispatchers. That's a lot of phone calls. 36 arrests. Continued emphasis on addressing mental health calls. Speaking to Chief Law Enforcement Officer Gangley, mental health is a rising issue, not just here in our city, but across the nation. Therapy is something that no one should be ashamed to seek, and our officers do a lot. It's not just being punitive, but also responding to public health crisis, mental health crisis, going into locations that might not be necessarily aesthetically or clean, but they do it all. And as far as the training, it's been 500 hours of total training, including crime scene processing, DUI enforcement, and other critical skills. And that also includes some of our tactical training like the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu as well. We just had a swearing-in program ceremony today. I mentioned that earlier. And there will be a graduation taking place on December the 18th. Thank you very much for the communication, and thank you to our department. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman Brooks.
Before we close out, I'd just like to wish everyone a happy holiday, and please be mindful while traveling during this holiday, and thank you.
We're going to excuse one of our council members right now before we go into to open the floor for the public. And we still have 5 council members available, so we do have a quorum.
Yes.
Okay, so we're going to go ahead and move into hearing from citizens. Do we have anyone signed up to speak?
Darlene Plunkett, 1362 Witherspoon Street.
Okay. So you will have, as you step forward, please provide your name and address. You will have 5 minutes to speak. You may only speak once. Please address all your comments to council, please.
Good evening. My name is Darlene Plunkett, 1362 Witherspoon Street. And I would like to thank you all for what you do, because I couldn't do what you do. And I think that sometimes you may feel, I know I might feel unappreciated for coming out here every month. And I also would like to thank Mr. Parham, and I forgot his name, for coming to me last month regarding the concern that I had for possible speed bumps or something to help with the traffic. And I tried to paint a picture last month how we might feel if someone got hurt in that area. Today, I would like to try to paint a picture of the person like me who possibly might be speeding in that area and hurt someone as the driver. And the reason why I can do that is because I know that it happens. As someone who has a lead foot, as today, the speed sign said I was doing 32 on my way home. And of course, you know, I'm here saying that we need to do something. And several years ago, I was going a little too fast around a curve, and I hit a deer. I hit one of Rudolph's cousins, and I watched it wobble to the curb, and I watched him shake until he died. And I don't want anyone to go through that. That's not a good feeling. Yes, it was not a human, and of course, we don't want that to happen on East Hazelwood Avenue by the JFK and my church. But I wanted to point it out, not just for the person who would be getting hurt, but also the person that is hurting someone, because it's not a good feeling. And so, again, I'm just pleading that we would do something, possibly speed bumps. The last thing I would like to say real quick is that I thank you for the comment or the statement that you make about 5 minutes and about how it's one, you know, and no back and forth. There was a young lady here last month who challenged that because it was happening. And so I think it's possibly because a lot of us don't really know how the city council works. It's a learning experience for a lot of us. And so perhaps there can be some type of forum to help us understand what the process is. So thank you.
Thank you.
No one else has signed up.
Okay, do I have anyone in council chamber that would like to speak? Please step forward, provide your name and address. Again, you have 5 minutes to speak. Thank you.
My name is Amy Cohen, 24 McLennan Place, Fanwood, New Jersey. Yes, I'm not a Rahway resident anymore, but I was many years ago. But I'm here tonight on behalf of my husband, actually, Larry Cohen, an animal welfare volunteer who happens to be speaking tonight in Plainfield. I'm also following up on a couple of emails he sent to you over the past month. Several years ago, when my husband spoke to the Rahway Council about a cruel industry that ships puppies from inhumane breeding farms to pet stores in New Jersey, Rahway saw the wisdom in protecting itself from such a practice and passed an ordinance welcoming pet stores for prohibiting them from selling puppies. What Rahway saw early on has now been realized by 149 New Jersey municipalities that have passed similar ordinances, and 8 states that have also banned this inhumane industry from within their borders. New Jersey is currently bidding to become the 9th state to say no to puppy mills with a bill labeled S2511/A4051. It has a dozen of co-sponsors, including District 22 Assemblyman Kennedy. To help it become law, we are now asking towns to pass a simple resolution in support of that state bill. The resolution was attached to previous emails that you all received, but I do have more copies with me right now if anyone at the end of the meeting would like one. Because of Senator Scutari's position as Senate President, Union County and District 22 municipalities can play an important role in the passage of this important bill. Since Rahway is in both, it is critical that you speak up and let Trenton know that what was good for you in 2017 is good for New Jersey now. In just about a month of advocating for this resolution, Fanwood, Roselle Park, and Garwood have already passed theirs, and several other towns are scheduled to do so soon. We hope that you will please join them in helping to protect consumers and innocent dogs from this cruel industry. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Do I have anyone else that would like to come up to speak?
Andrew Garcia Phillips, 1470 Campbell Street. I want to follow up about the library board situation, the library budget situation. As the mayor said, the board did accept that shared services agreement that you all passed last month. But I would disagree that they did so willingly. They really had no other choice. if they either accepted that agreement or they would have to default on their salary and other bills that they had. And they were in this situation because it took 3 months for you to offer them this agreement. They raised the warning flag in August that there was a problem, and they didn't get this offer until November, late November. I would also disagree that this saved any costs. I don't think this agreement saved costs at all. The expenses of the library remain the expenses of the library. In fact, this episode cost the taxpayers more money. Deferred maintenance costs money. Library staff turnover costs money. Making them sell off their endowment at the bottom of the market cost a lot of money to the taxpayers. This agreement also was passed by you last month and then was kept secret. The library board had no opportunity to negotiate any of the parameters of this agreement. It was given to them, take it or leave it. They were not included in writing it in any way, and you kept it secret all that time. Once this body passed that agreement, it could no longer be considered a draft document. Is that funny? Yes. Oh, go ahead. No, you can finish. As you know, a draft document is not a draft anymore once it's been approved. Once it cannot be considered deliberative material once the deliberation is over. Perhaps it was still a draft from the library's perspective, but once you passed it, it's no longer a draft. By the language itself, the deliberation has ended. Regardless, you kept it secret for whatever reason. Even now, that's been passed by both you and the library board, the clerk still will not release it. I asked for it the day after the library board agreed to it, and she still wouldn't give it to me. But we know what's in it and what's not in it because some of the board members passed it along because they know. It was said in the library meeting, when can we have this document? They said immediately after we pass it. We know what's not in it, which is $194,000 of salary support that the mayor said in the October meeting that was going to be in it. He said in the October meeting that the city would pay all of the library board salaries to the end of the year, $194,000 of support. 2 board members followed up to clarify, are you sure that's what you mean? Yes, he said. Yeah, I'll have it to you in writing by the end of the week. And then when they finally got it in writing, it did not include that. We have it recorded. This is not a controversial statement. Hold on, Frank. You'll get your turn. Thanks. I did also, by the way, get the other OPRA requests that I asked for, the line item budget for the city of Rahway. It took 10 weeks. It's supposed to take 10 days. And that gives a lot of detail about the workings of the Rahway city government, which I look forward to sharing with the public. One of the things that it shows is what happened in 2022 when the budget for the Revenue and Finance Department, Frank Ruggiero's department, had to be amended in the middle of the year. The budget was passed at $700,000 and then had to be changed. They did a appropriations transfer like you did tonight.
1 minute warning.
For other salaries. And they moved $292,000 into his department's budget in November, and then another $350,000 into his department's budget in December. And that is all we're asking you to do for the library for the past 3 months. And you insisted that this couldn't be done, or he insisted this couldn't be done, and you just took his word for it. There was no reason that all of these shenanigans, all of these games had to be played if you had just insisted that the library be funded through the regular budget process the way it always has been. Because the mayor offered that one thing in one meeting and then didn't follow through with it, some of you have suggested that we should trust you that this is going to get done. We should trust, that you can trust that this is going to get done because you know how much the administration cares and wants to get it done. But it's difficult to trust when lies like this are told
5 minutes.
and then never explained afterward. Thank you.
Thank you.
Just to clarify a few points for the record. One, the document is still in its draft form. The idea that they were both proved and final doesn't make too much sense when the library has had opportunities to review it and has made changes or suggested changes to the language. So while we are working through those final language changes, we are finalizing the document. Once that document is then finalized and the parties have agreed and signed it, we'll then be able to provide it to you. It's not a take it or leave it. It's not a they haven't had a chance to talk about it. They've had opportunity to review it, and they've made and offered changes, and we are reviewing those changes as well. You can shake your head no, but you're not involved. I'm just the one doing it.
Thank you.
Ms. Garcia, we're done.
Please step forward.
Good evening, Alan Levy, 254 Oak Street, Rahway, New Jersey. Last 6 months have been amazing because before that, I'd never been involved in municipal politics before. And boy, did I get a lesson over the last 6 months, baptism by fire. But since the past election, boy, did I learn a lot about making of the sausage. And so I went on to the New Jersey Elections Law Enforcement Commission site. And there is a wealth of information on there about who's donating money, who's receiving money, and how much. So let's talk about that. The campaign committee for all of you in the primary election of June 2024 for the Democrats running for re-election, you guys raised $92,000. It's pretty impressive. Most of it came from 4 business entities. Each of them donated $15,600, the statutory maximum. Those 4 entities are Colliers Engineering and Design, Lurch, Vinci and Bliss, an accounting firm, T&M Associates, a consulting firm, and of course, the law firm of Renown, Coughlin, and Michello. All 4 of them also seem to get a lot of city contracts. Last year, Colliers got paid $420,000. Not bad for a $15,000 investment. The Lurch firm got paid $204,000. Not bad. T&M got paid $255,000. All based on a $15,000 investment. That's good money. And of course, the law firm of Renown, Coughlin, went from $550,000 last year to $850,000 for the next fiscal year. You're almost getting more than the library. That's pretty impressive. And I've noticed something. Well, also, you guys donated another $15,600 for the general election, and you were going up against Republicans. I mean, you guys outnumber us 80 to 20 in this city. So I'm curious what you spent. Oh, you also donated another $14,000 to the Rahway Democratic Committee in that fiscal year as well. So, almost $50,000. I think you guys are paying too much for that $850,000 contract. So, and also, we saw what you guys did in the city of Edison, and how you took that, how you made that even more hostile. And I think what's amazing is with all that money, are you telling me you guys still can't find a couple $100,000 to give to our library or give our police force a fair contract? You guys spent a half hour honoring the new police officers, but you won't show them the respect of giving them a fair contract. But what I did learn was, and I'm kind of jealous, because $850,000 is a lot of money. And the incentive is genius. By taking a hostile tone with every critic of the city and refusing to comply with any Oprah request, you actually make yourself more money. Because if somebody makes a document request and you deny it, well, now you get to build more time supporting the denial of the Oprah request. And this document, it's a janitorial maintenance agreement. It is purely an innocuous piece of paper. Why would you make it such a hostile tone over such an innocuous document?
1 minute warning.
What I've learned is that transparency is not profitable, and that's really unfortunate. Hostility is profitable. I'm very curious to see how much your firm billed for the review of this services agreement, not for the text or the substantive nature of the services agreement, but just to deal with an Oprah request for something so innocuous. So what we're learning is our tax dollars pay for all this. And if your firm spent more than $0 reviewing that Oprah request, it's far too much. So I can assure all of you that the critics of this city council care about the city just as much as all of you do. But respect is a two-way street.
5 minutes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Do I have anyone else that would like to speak? Please state your name and address. Thank you.
Good evening, Ron McCrae, 840 East Hazelwood Avenue. First, I'd like to say that I've been coming here for many years. I know the whole system, I'm not here to challenge or disrespect, but I will not be disrespected either, okay? And so before I go on, I also like to say in recognition, as I was going to say before, like the officer here, I said to him a while back, I remember when he first joined, he'd been humble ever since. So I say that he is a good gentleman as well as a good officer, okay, as well as I have met others over the years, even back to Chief Henderson, and so on and so on. Last meeting I was here, I sat right there. Everyone in front of me and most of the people behind me saw me raise my hand. I said I had one question, which was to the attorney. It was either yes or no. That's it. Council President, you said no, because if I let you, then I have to let somebody else. You let 3 other people come behind me, gave them 5 minutes, and you never even stopped to interject, say, hold up. Never came back to say, you know what, I apologize. You never apologized. Nor anyone on this council or in front of me, except for this gentleman in front of me sitting down. He didn't see me. You never came back to disrespect. I only come here for a concern that benefits you, this whole council. And the concern was in reference to public safety. That's it. The traffic, the high speed. I will also give credit, as I heard the report, of the tickets that have been given out. I'm not going to take that away. I give credit where credit is due. Can it be more? Absolutely. Okay? But nevertheless, the biggest concern was the oil tanks, the gasoline tanks speeding, because there is, as the mayor indicated, as the Rawway, the JFK gave recognition for the community. Well, what constitutes the community if you don't constitute everything? I live down the street. I come past it. You think the community, the JFK actually care about the parents who bring their kids crossing the street because they can't? No. They didn't step out there, but they give recognition for the community service. Is there a police officer in the morning to be over there, or the evening for the public safety? I bring to the attention Councilman Brown. And Councilman Brown had the audacity to say he's disappointed me for something I had nothing to do with what he was talking about. But he was here, his pastor was here, but he waited till his pastor leave to make that statement. He could have said it right there while his pastor was here. You open up in the prayer. So how do you open in the prayer, pledge allegiance to the flag, and then turn around and make a negative comments on something you can't prove or back up? I know everybody here. I'm not here to challenge you. I respect your duty and responsibility, but as you have heard me in the past, much is given, much is required. If you take on leadership, it's like being in the military. Mr. Parham knows, being in the military, you're on the battlefield. You have to take the bitter with the sweets, okay? That's what's important. But you cannot take on leadership or responsibility without being responsible for your conduct and your own action, even words that you speak. As Ms. Plunkett stood up here and she gave credit to Mr. Parham for speaking to her, I spoke with them before. I only come here for the concern, and each time I come here, the council and the mayor never address publicly, we're going to take action on this, on public concern. Every Wednesday, they have food pantry over there. People crossing, elderly, seniors, those who are wheelchairs, handicapped, crossing. Where is public safety? This is Councilman Brown's ward. You think he's over there in a regular place? You think he even put out to have somebody over there for public safety, no matter how you look at it. So they have to pick and choose when they decide to cross the street and scared that somebody might hit them.
1 minute warning.
Even with kids. Okay, there's been several times I stood out there to try to stop traffic, to keep them slowed down. There's school buses that stop there. But nobody wants to take action on that as a whole. That should have been a priority, because each time I read in these papers, the Rawway Review, transparency, then you're telling me you open as an open book. The truth will set you free if you take ownership of your own responsibility, no matter how you look at it. That's what's important. Take heed to that. Don't sit here and expect people to come up and give comments, and then they'll say, well, we want to hear from you. We'd like to hear from you. I'm not here to be pacified, and I'm not here to insult you, but I will not be insulted, because when I come with a concern, and that's it, plain and simple.
Thank you. Please step forward. Name and address, please.
Amy Garcia Phillips, 1470 Campbell Street. So I have 3 questions. And while the crisis was averted, we think, at the library, we still don't know why the budget was decreased year after year, unless the real reason is just the mayor not being happy with the choice of library director and being advised by the finance department that this was the best way to go. So we still don't know why. My second question is, what guardrails have you, as city council, put up to protect the library's budget going forward? And my third question is, what are you doing, each of you, to make sure that this doesn't happen again? What things are you doing as city council members to review budgets thoughtfully, not just taking the finance department's advice or opinion, right? Looking at it and making sure that the values that we as Rahway residents hold are being upheld. You all stood up here and said you support the library, and yet year after year you approved a budget that decreased it, right? So how do we stop that going forward? What are you doing to look more carefully at the budget, to ask more questions, to maybe get some advice from someone else? You are the checks and balances of our local government, and so we need you to be doing the jobs, and I just want to know how you're doing that. Thank you.
Thank you. Do I have anyone else that would like to speak? B.A. Parham.
Thank you, Council President. First, I'll address some comments that were made by Mr. McCray. After the last meeting he was at, when he voiced his opinion about the JFK Center, I spoke with the mayor, and the mayor directed myself and Chief Ganley to go out to that site to literally get eyes on, to monitor the traffic. We were out there for several hours. We had drones in the air watching the traffic. We walked up and down the street. We monitored the area. We saw that there was definitely a need for better traffic control. Chief Ganley had already had active officers out there writing tickets. It's definitely a difficult area for crossing, so we're going to, in the coming weeks, paint a crosswalk, put additional signage out there. We're also going to look into getting CCTV cameras through helping the JFK with some grants so we can monitor the traffic out there as well. So just so that everyone knows, we take that seriously. Literally, the mayor, right after that conversation, ordered us to go out there the next day, and we were out there for several hours. So those comments are not going unheard. I wanted to congratulate Councilman Parker, and also on his retirement, and thank him for being a mentor and for all his leadership in the city of Rahway. Congratulations to the mayor and First Lady on their awards, and also Councilman Brown for their recognition. Congratulations to Lieutenant Ronsky. Little known fact, he and I kind of grew up next to each other. Known him since he's a little guy. Used to teach him karate around the corner. So really proud of him, and also very, very proud of the new officers. And the last thing that I want to say is I want to mention a name that you may or may not know, and that name is Jordan Neely. If you don't know that name, Jordan Neely was the individual on May 23rd who was choked to death on the subway in New York. And here's why that's important now. I tell this story often, and I never get tired of telling it. When the mayor hired me as the police director, we talked about police brutality, and we talked about violence, and we talked about all those things. And the thing that we came to was a recognition that police officers need additional skill sets. And those skill sets came in the way of building out the only full-time jiu-jitsu program for any law enforcement agency in the state of New Jersey, and that's right here in Rahway. So we're extremely proud of that. Why is that important now? It's important because these new officers that come on, maybe they don't remember George Floyd, and maybe they don't remember the tens or unfortunately maybe even hundreds of people who've died in police custody over the millennia needlessly. But we know that our goal, and the mayor's specific goal, was to ensure that that did not happen here in Rahway. I sat there when I watched the verdict of the individual who choked this man to death, and it was acquitted, not guilty, whatever you want to call it. And I wondered if that town had Giacobbe there to say, we got to make sure that this doesn't happen here, would that have happened? Now, that wasn't a police officer, and I get that, but we take that serious. We take our training serious. We take the officer safety serious. So while we understand that there are things that the public may not be completely in alignment with or in agreement with what happens with the city administration, I can assure you that one of them that you should never be concerned about is, are we preparing our police officers to provide safety for you? That's happening. So, Council President, thank you for allowing me the opportunity to comment.
Thank you, VA Parham. Please step forward and provide your name and address.
Kevin Kilty Gartland, 1245 Main Street. I could give my apartment number, but I feel like that's a little weird. I want to thank the council for the comments we just heard about taking action on East Hazelwood. I drive that sometimes. It's not safe. People speed too easily. It's scary. But also on the point of investments and transparency, I want to note that this council just approved a $19,500 contract to somebody who only made a $500 investment in the Rahway Democrats. So pretty good return on investment. And last city council meeting, the Rahway Council approved a $39,500 contract for the longtime former municipal Democratic chair. So, you know, play your cards right in municipal politics, and it's worth a lot. Thank you.
Thank you. Since I don't see anyone else, please step forward, provide your name and address, please.
Hi, my name is Marlene Ham. I live at 286 West Inman Avenue. The mayor spoke about the Union County Code Blue phone number that people could call, but I was just curious because I know there was like Zion Lutheran Church had a shelter. Is there any resources in Rahway where people actually can go in Rahway? I know there's a county number, but Union County is very big, and I feel like there's no resources anymore. Is Zion, their shelter pretty much, I guess a word for it, disappeared? I don't know. But I guess that's kind of all I have to say. Thank you.
Thank you.
Ma'am, if you can stick around after the meeting, I'll make sure we get your information. We'll share that with you.
Okay. Since I don't see anyone else stepping forward, this portion of the meeting is closed. Do I have any council comments? Councilman Brown?
Yes, thank you. Thank you, Council President. I'd like to say to the city and to the mayor, with the Rahway Community Action Organization, that they had the affair last week. I was very proud to be a part of the organization. The reason why I say that is because the organization has been there for many, many years. It's grown. It takes people to work together to make things happen. And I'd like to thank the mayor and the administration for all what they do. And some of the people that are even here tonight, I says it's not talking about it, it's about doing something. And what I wanted to say is that Darlene Plunkett is a member of the church that I attend. And I'm going to say to her, what I'd like to do is to set a meeting that we can have at the Friendship Missionary Baptist Church. Reverend Thompson is the pastor. Any date that you come up with, I'll be there to discuss what's going on in the Fourth Ward, because I'm very proud of the Fourth Ward. What I'm also proud of is when it says, what are we doing about the traffic situation there? And what it does, it takes some time to do those things. I'm quite sure when people in leadership knows what it takes to do things, to get things accomplished. But Darlene Plunkett, I would like for you to do that. The other woman that's willing to help is Miss Curry. So we can actually do that, something for our community. I always say, like the church is the church. Once we finish our fellowship in the church on Sunday, if it's maybe 2 hours or so, then we come and get into the real world. I'm quite sure when you said the real world is about you saying hitting the deer. If it was an accident, whatever. But I'm quite sure when you look at it, do we say it's God's will? Who knows? But it's left up to us to do what we have to do. In closing, to the people that are here, when they talk about politics, you know, I ran as a Democrat. Other people ran as Republicans. The presidency was a Democrat that I supported. Now we have a Republican. And as it says, things are getting done through him. You can see some of the things in which he's doing. So take heed to that and just look around and see who does what and why. The other part of it is you got to be in it to win it. And if you want to participate, then you run for office and see what you can do to make a difference. That's what America's about. And thank you very much, Council President.
Thank you, Councilman Brown.
Council President.
Councilman Brooks.
Thank you. I want to start before I provide some news. The Rahway community, Rahway City Council, I know with my conversation with the mayor, we send our thoughts and prayers to the family of Patricia Carter, who is an invaluable member in our community. She suffered a unimaginable loss, and our heart really does go out to her, especially during this time of year. It's rough for a lot of people, so we send our condolences and our prayers her way. With that being said, holiday season. So on the 21st of this month, we have a Kwanzaa celebration where there will be vendors and arts and culture and performances. This is in collaboration with the NAACP, the Rahway Social Justice Commission, and of course, Rahway City Council and Mayor Giacobbe. I'm looking forward to that. I'll be in attendance. And what I do like about these events is that they provide not just entertainment and food, but also great information and great knowledge that's shared. I also want to say congratulations. As mentioned earlier, we did do 2 business openings, one being Impressions, which I've been to. I've gotten a facial there before. Probably need to go back. big shout out to Tarina Jones. She's an awesome member of this community. And also to Rawway homegrown talent of Craig Lettington and Latin Fuego. Seen them when they started some years ago to the food truck and now to a location. Congratulations. I also want to say that I know that this administration, the Rahway Police Department, those in leadership have been working hard to ensure that our police department represents our community. We do our best to make sure that we attract homegrown talent. We do our best to make sure that the police officers look like the residents. And we have a very diverse community. Not just that, but women as well who are pursuing this career. As you've seen today, a lot of the new class, very diverse, both male and women. I happen to go to one of the trainings for the civil service exam, and I believe half that room were women participants. It's very encouraging. There's a lot of parameters you cannot do with civil service. You can't force anybody to retire. And to your point, Mr. Ganley, within the black and brown communities, there hasn't really been many people leading the charge to say, hey, you know what? You can go and be a police officer like your uncle or like your father or like your brother. So it takes a bit more effort on our end to make sure that the black and brown and other minorities are seeing that they too can be in this career of law enforcement. It's very distinguished. It can be very rewarding. It is a calling. It can be dangerous, but it's a career that garners respect and obviously respect amongst your community. So I want to commend the department for obviously it shows that those efforts have been working. And in closing, happy Hanukkah, happy Kwanzaa, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. I wish everybody health and peace of mind going into 2025. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilman Parker, did you need to say anything?
It really is not too much to say that this town is a hell of a nice town. I was raised in it for the last 45 years. There's not a job in here I haven't done. You name it, and I did it. I wanted to head of police department, was chief of that for a while. I ran every machine downtown here. You name it, I did it, and guess what? I enjoyed it. I had a lot of people here working for me, a lot of people working with me. And they made me do what I had to do, and we did it together. We worked good, we worked hard, and gave a lot of people respect. The most important thing, the city did a lot of respect to people. They brought them in jobs and had a good time. I enjoyed the town. I don't know anything else I'm doing or not, but anyway, if anything else available for me, I like to do it. I'm happy. I can't sit home and look at TV. I want to be out in the street and doing something, picking up paper, you know. But I did that too. And I cut that kind of grass you want to run, every machine in the roadway, I've cut it. And I enjoy it. I love the town. I'm planning on being there for a while, as long as I can, unless you guys throw me out. But anyway, make everything good. It's a hell of a nice town. The people in this town take care of you, do a lot of things for you. They go out of their way to help you out. Thank you.
Thank you. Well, again, I just want to thank everybody for coming out. I've been on council a little over 4 years. Actually served as council president for almost 2 years, 23 and 24. I do my best to try to treat people the way I want to be treated. So I apologize to you, Mr. McCray, if I hurt your feelings in any way. I try to follow protocol. You know, if I say you can only speak once and I pass you over to let someone else come up, again, I apologize. Again, but I just want to thank the administration. Thank you guys. You're such a great team. And again, this is a beautiful town. I love this town. Been here 22 22, 23 years. I'm not going anywhere. I've been reelected for another 4 years, and I'm going to continue doing my best working on council. But I really, really enjoy working with Councilman Parker, and I'm really going to miss him as well. So I thank you guys, and have a great, great holiday, and enjoy the festivities that's going to be going on around town. May I have a motion to adjourn?
Before we motion, just want to say congratulations to you as well. I'm not sure if we made mention to your biggest life accomplishment to this. Well, not the biggest, but your more recent one.
Oh, I am a first-time grandma. She's almost 2 months, and she's growing really nice, so thank you, guys. I appreciate that. Thank you.
All right, I make a motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.